Fresh from the showcase here at SwissWatchExpo, and today we have another Dark Side of the Moon edition from Omega, but is this one too dark? I'll let you decide. Today we have a watch that I have been super looking forward to getting in stock. I believe it's the first one I've actually seen, the Omega Dark Side of the Moon. This is the black edition, or the black on black that some people call it. The reason why is this is the darkest of all the Dark Side of the Moons. This is one with basically not only is the case, of course, in the dial black, every single marker, indices, hand, and stitch on the strap, or at least the exterior of it, is completely black. So this is very much a different type of look. It's one I've always seen in pictures that was wondering what was the point of having a watch that was so dark you couldn't read it. But looking at it in person, it is a gorgeous, almost like an Art Deco forward piece, like a minimalist piece of art you would wear on your wrist. Because I'll admit, as you could probably tell from anyone who's seen pictures of this watch online, not very easy to read. But that's not, of course, why you would own this watch. This is a beautiful piece and definitely part of the Speedmaster line where Omega does get to experiment a little bit within the common motif of this ceramic case. And looking at it up close, it is a beautiful watch. It almost doesn't do the pictures that even Omega puts to advertise this watch online. So I wanted to go ahead and show it to you now. The Dark Side of the Moon, specifically the black, is of course one of the many Apollo line or the Apollo homage Omega Speedmasters they've made. This one commemorating the Apollo 8 mission, which was the first to orbit the moon long before we landed on it, but not too terribly long. So of course the dark side of the moon is in keeping with that tradition of astronomy and man's first real glimpse of that dark side of the moon that Pink Floyd spent so much time singing about. This watch, again, beautiful, all black. The first thing you'll notice about the dial is, again, it is very dark. Now you get very close to it, you can notice some slight variations in the tone, enough to make out where the hands are, where the chronometer hand is. I'll admit, actually using this chronometer and reading the indices on these subdials would be, I feel like I got pretty good eyesight, so not everyone is going to have a good time doing this, but this is of course why. This is a watch that is meant to just look like a really sleek, smooth, dark, and really tough looking piece of wristwear. And that it does look beautiful, even if you're not really going to be able to make out the details on this watch. And I do think it's one that really holding in your hands and looking at goes a long way of really building the value and the benefit of having a watch that looks like this. Basically, beautiful and great at everything except telling time, which is going to be a difficult thing for certain orologically minded people to wrap their head around, but it's a beautiful watch all the same. For people who don't know about the Dark Side of the Moon, this is an all ceramic case. Solid piece of ceramic. We've done a lot of videos on different Dark Side of the Moon models. It's the same with every one, and it is a marvel in and of itself every time. 44¼ millimeters across, so I believe the largest Speedmaster that they've made. And of course, sapphire sandwich with a very thick case. This is the distinctive sort of case design of the Dark Side of the Moon. It is beautiful. It has been a huge hit. Basically every generation of this watch, every variation they put out, it's a huge hit because of this. You wouldn't want to deviate from this, not even for a second, but that's why it's one of the most desirable chronographs on the market. Another thing you'll recognize from this is, of course, the cloth strap, which is super comfortable, super durable, and very stylish too. The stitching also all black that you'll find on this model alone, and that's again keeping with the motif. You would not want to completely throw this off by some white or some red stitching, but flipping the watch over, you do get a little break from this monochromaticness of it, I should say, where you do see the red stitching on the underside, so that'll be for your eyes only, whoever owns this watch, and the 9300 movement with the exhibition case back. This is something else you'll see on every edition of the Dark Side of the Moon, and it's incredible. This thing looks like a mechanical dinner plate under this, with the big case size and this massive exhibition case back. It's just absolutely stunning. Omega makes some beautiful exhibition case backs. None are more apparent, none are more celebrated than this 9300 movement. And it is a heck of a chronograph movement to bet too, and beautiful to look at as well. But again, this is a watch that is tough to get people's mind around. And I was one of them when I even first saw the material that Omega was publishing about this watch. But holding it in your hands, if you can get over the fact that this is not a watch that is good for telling time, but it is a beautiful accessory and an incredible piece of wristwear, especially for a Speedmaster fan who is really looking to get some variety in that Speedy collection. this is one you need to consider. So give us a call. If you still can't get around the fact that you got a dial that we can't read, we've got a ton of dials that you totally can from a variety of different brands. So give us a call and find out what we've got in store today at SwissWatchExpo.com.